Hello everyone, welcome to our Contract Management Solutions. The Contract Management application provides an information management process covering the entire life cycle of contract drafting, approval, signing, performance, and archiving, helping companies quickly solve management problems such as inconsistent data, non-standard approval, difficult performance tracking, and incomplete archiving during the contract management process. After entering the Contract Management portal, on the left side of the page is a menu for contract management based on role-based permission management. Different roles will see different menus due to different permissions. It mainly includes functional applications for all scenarios of contract management, covering the management process before, during, and after contract signing. The page is the work area, where we can use different portal column information to display the relevant data of the contract in real time, such as the number of contracts in different states, the performance amount of the contract risk and configurable quick access portals, etc. Click on the relevant numbers to conduct a penetration query so as to grasp the dynamic information of the contract globally. Let's experience the first business scenario: drafting, approving, and archiving contracts. The business department manager enters the contract signing menu in the workspace, selects the contract approval template to be initiated, fills in the contract-related information, uploads the contract text, and selects the customer information. We can view the customer's detailed information through the details in the customer information file table. After filling in, save and close. Contract approval process is preset according to the requirements of the organization management system. After confirmation, the process approval is initiated. Here I can predict the completion time of my contract approval and arrange the subsequent work reasonably. After submission, the relevant personnel in the contract process will receive a review notice. The reviewer can modify the contract information, and the modified document can retain traces to facilitate the personnel in the process to compare the contract. After the review is passed, you can directly perform online electronic signature. The electronic signature will perform seal authentication and file security encryption to ensure the legality and security of the contract seal. Of course, you can also choose to print out the contract and use it offline. After the seal is completed, it will be automatically filed in the contract file after submission. At this point, a complete drafting, approval, and filing process of the contract is over. Next, let's experience another business scenario: contract change. During the execution of a contract, if the actual situation changes, it may be necessary to make necessary changes to the contract or to conclude a supplementary contract to ensure the execution of the contract. At this time, we can enter the contract information change interface, check the contract that needs to be changed, click in Contract Supplement. We can upload the contract content and files. We can also click the status change to handle the status of the contract in different ways. For example, termination, cancellation, etc. After the change information is complete, it can be sent for approval. After the approval is completed, the system will update the change information content to the contract file according to the contract code, and finally complete the update process of the contract document. Of course, we can also view all the change records of the contract in the contract file. Next, let's experience how to view the contract fulfillment process. When a contract payment is required, the business operator can first register the invoice and then initiate a payment application after completing the registration of the amount to be paid. The payment application supports the historical payment information in the associated contract file and makes cumulative payments. It also performs multiple checks, such as the contract total amount check, the correspondence between payment and invoice, and the payment terms to reduce payment risks. After submission and approval, the contract payment record is automatically updated. When it is necessary to collect payment for a contract, the business operator completes the invoice and sends it out. After the actual payment is received, the financial staff registers the payment information in the contract payment information and updates the contract payment record. At the same time, we can also click on a specific contract file to view the contract information summary, such as basic contract information, counterparty performance evaluation, contract execution process, risk information, invoice records, etc. In order to facilitate the relevant managers to quickly query and count the data of relevant dimensions. The system supports querying and counting the company's contract status in the form of visual charts, including contracts signed this year, high-risk contracts this year, contracts signed by partners, contract status this year, number of contracts in progress, contract collection, CHA payment status this year, various types of contracts, contracts of various business categories, etc. All information can be displayed in charts, and the information is clear at a glance. The contract management system, starting from the internal risk management of the organization, builds a fully electronic, closed-loop solution for full scenario contract management, realizing digital management and control of the entire process of contract, from pre-signing preparation and drafting to contract approval, signing, performance, change, and archiving. It ultimately solves the problems of irregular contract signing, low approval efficiency, difficult performance tracking, and incomplete and low archiving, and comprehensively improves the efficiency of contract management.